Friends, fun fact of the day. I actually love Halloween. I love Halloween. My kids love Halloween. Our neighborhood loves it. It is so much fun and it is such a community event. And so today, since we are almost a month away, I thought it would be fun to do a Halloween container, but this time I'm going goth. We're going dark, moody, maximalism, just like, oof, she's gonna be good. And for a fun little twist, I have no idea what container I'm putting it in. Crescent Gardens sent me a nice little stack of containers and Brian has selected one. And so we're just gonna open and we're gonna see what kind of magic we can create. So shall we do an unboxing? Oh my. Da, 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 da. You guys, I'm kind of excited to see what we're working with. Am I a little scared as well? Yes. Yes, I am. Because I don't know if I bought enough plants, but we'll see. I'm creative. I can do things. Oh, no way. Okay, this is so cool. Okay, this is going to be fun. This is going to be super fun. Okay. Let's get rid of a box. Oh my God. Okay. The unveiling. Okay, this is so fun. This is so fun. Okay, this is their dot container. Let's see if it says. I'm pretty sure this is their dot container. So we have here an awesome dot planter. This thing is so cool. It is so fun. I have obviously used these extensively, but I want to walk you through like what you're actually going to get if you're ordering this for the first time. So first and foremost, they're really lightweight. They're super easy to move. So I like them on like a balcony, or if you just aren't a fan of lifting heavy things, a Crescent Garden self-watering container is like the jam. You are gonna get this awesome container. This is like a beautiful, clean one. So it's so nice and fresh. But there's two things. So right here, this is your self-watering guide. So if you see this little dot here on your Crescent Garden container, basically there's two circles. There's an outer circle and an inner circle. If you are filling it up and you don't see any blue, that means she is low, you need to refresh. When that outer circle pops up, that means you're at 50%. And then when the inner circle also pops up, you're at 100% and you're ready to go. And then right here, this is actually the plug. So this is where you're going to fill up your reservoir. And what's kind of cool, so obviously it has this little, plug here on top. But sometimes when I'm fertilizing, I will literally pour fertilizer right in here, just like a nice water soluble one. But then it comes with this little packet, which is where the plug is going to be. So I'm gonna give you the Cliff Notes version. You have two essentially plugs. This one right here, it says remove this plug for outdoor use. I keep this plugged up during the summertime because I want this to be a very full reservoir. But during the wintertime, I take this bad boy out because I don't want to hold all that moisture. And all you do is screw your little red piece in here. You can even use a screwdriver to tighten that down even more. Now this right here is a really great drain if you need to like unplug this and get all your water out. So we've got our two little pieces here. There's a little flexible gasket. And then there's this plug that has these little ribs on it. Essentially, I prefer to put the gasket in first. And also, this is easier to do if you have it laying down flat. And then I really work this guy in. And sometimes I need to give it like a light tap with a rubber mallet. Nothing heavy, just like a light tap to get this sucker in. Oh, okay. There we go. We are ready for action. So thank you, Crescent Garden, for sending me this gorgeous container. I love this company. I'm not paid by them. I just really enjoy it. And I think in terms of a self-watering container, I have yet to find a better one on the market. I've tried them all, and most of them are terrible. So thank you for making a wonderful product. Oh, and also 15% off coupon code for everyone out there. It is linked in the description below, along with this awesome dot planter, if this is your vibe and your cup of tea. Let's get to making a container. I'm gonna start by actually just filling up my reservoir really quick and punching down all that soil and compacting it in here. I don't use rock, I don't use filler, just soil all the way to the bottom, because those roots need to find their way down to this water reservoir. So let me grab my soil. Hang tight. Okay, this color looks so good for my Goth container. It's crazy good. This is looking so good. This is so fun. I'm obsessed. Eee! Okay. I'm very excited right now because this is shaping up so good. So we're going Goth, we're going dark. And so in my head, I was like, I want it to be dark. I want like purpley blacks, maybe some brown. I think I wanted some purples because that also feels very Halloween. Starting off strong with this gorgeous centerpiece. This is a Formium called Platts Black. I love this one. It's great in the landscape. It's great in a container. It is hardy in my zone. So if you are lower than a zone 7 or 8, I would just kind of like check the board, talk to your extension office. But this one is a great one. And in case you're curious about the sizing on this dot planter, this is the medium size. So it's 20 inches tall, 20 inches wide. They've got one that's a little bit smaller and one that's a little bit bigger. Building off of this really beautiful black base, I knew that I wanted to bring in cabbages, but not just any cabbage. I wanted to bring in this cutie. So what's really awesome about this upright kale, actually, it looks like a cabbage, but it's actually a kale, and it's more upright, and it forms a cluster of rosettes. So it is really fun as a mid-story, and it's gonna get at least a foot tall, maybe a little bit taller, depending on how long you leave it in your container. Now, next, I wanted to build in a bevy of textures, and when I was thinking about this container, I thought it might be fun to do it as a part sun container. And so I brought in a couple things that are really flexible plants. One of the first things is this just crazy, gorgeous purple Heuchera. It is called Forever Purple. I love just like the broadness of the leaf. It contrasts so well with my strappy foliage back there. The other thing is I thought, I might do a little grass on grass action here. I'm not mad at this. This is actually kind of cool. And this is a Carex called Carex Cappuccino. And what's cool about Carex Cappuccino What's cool about Carex Cappuccino is that as the cold kind of like filters in, it will start to look brown, which I think is so fun in like a fall Halloween container, is we have a plant included that's naturally brown. This also would be a fun jumping off point if you wanted to like kick this up a notch and put like seed pods in here or something cool. You guys, I've got so much good stuff. This is a Japanese painted fern, and what I loved about this one, this is just like the straight species. It's not a variety, but as you look down the middle, it has a purple that not only talks to my Heuchera here, but also talks to my awesome kale. And I kind of thought, like, it might be really fun, kind of just like draping off this side of the container. Like, look at that drama. That is so much fun. This is so much fun. Okay, I've got more things to play with. Let's bring in this one. Let's just see what we think. Oh, you guys, I might even shift these things around. This is a hellebore, and it's called Snow Fever. And I'm not even bringing it in for the floral moment. I'm literally just bringing it in for the foliage. And as I'm doing this, I'm always looking, I'm like, how's my contrasting working? I actually have a little bit of that ghosty quality. This side is feeling very green, and this side is feeling very purple. So I think this is what I'm gonna do. I might flip-flop these two and have this brown and purple moment here. Let's just continue to play and see what I come up with. Ooh, you guys, I think I'm going back. Dang it. This is so funny. I think that's it. I think I like that more. Now, the other thing that we can do, because I really love the softness. I mean, would you look at this fern curling around the edge? That is so lovely. I think I might like really go for like a ghosty situation over here with the Senecio. This one's called New Look. It's a really, really good one. It's got a broader leaf. And what I like is that it's talking to the lighter bits of the foliage down here. Okay, now we come to our next point in the adventure. You know, you've seen me use this before. This Tiger Eye Viola, I think is so good. And then in another video, I used this viola, which is the Sorbet Black. And what I'm kind of thinking is I kind of like the idea. Oh, you guys, that's so good. I kind of like the idea that I would have this purpley black foliage there. And then even the black coming through with this tiger eye, that is good there. Dang it, you guys, we've got options. Okay, the other option I could do is I could put this in the middle. But I don't think I'd like that. I think it's taking away from this really dark Gothic moment that I'm creating here. In fact, I don't even know if I want to use this one. Okay, let's continue to play a little bit because I've got two other texture bits that are just driving home this whole situation. This is an Ajuga, and I love it. And I think that having a little bit of this black purple here, that is amazing. You guys, that is so good because now we're hopscotching all the way around. This is like a sweet little clover, but I picked it up from my stash because of all of that black purple that's going through the middle. You guys, I think this is it. Whoa, I don't even think I'm gonna bring the tiger eye in. You guys, I think this is the combo. Whoa, okay, so we just went like full texture for days. Only one floral pop, and the rest of it is just a feast for the eyes, in my opinion. This is so, you guys, this is really doing it for me this morning. Okay, should we get this in? I'm itching. I am just absolutely itching to get this in the pot. So Brian was just like, I really like this pot. It's super cool. And I was like, I know, the texture is really good. I'm loving this Goth plant combination. He's like, no. The plants are fine. I like the dot pot. And I was like, come on now. Okay, the pot is really cool, but come on. Look at this texture. She is good. Goth pot, Goth pot, Goth pot. You guys, I forgot I had one more thing. Okay, how cute is this? I just picked this up. It was in a little tray. And it is a sempervivum. And sometimes they'll have these ones that look spider webby. And I was thinking, oh, wouldn't that be kind of cute tucked around? I'm not going to use it. But this, even this in a pot, super simple. Spider web, sempervivum, and throw in some black mondo grass. Like, that's it. That's all you need. we got some bonus spooky here for the Goth container. Free spider web. I like it. All right, friends, update week 5. So here we are with the update on our week 5 container. Everything is coming into bloom. None of this was cracked open when we planted this, and it's just, this is so nice. We did have one tragedy though. A couple weeks ago, we were moving this, and that's why it feels empty over here, but we snapped off one of the beautiful aster branches that was coming out, but check it out. She's growing a new one. So all that to say, it is a little bit lopsided because I'm missing that volume there, but all in all, not bad. And funny enough, this is way cheerful for a fall container, in my opinion. I feel like we see so many heavy, like reds, oranges, traditional palettes. And for me in my work, I always want to go like hard left. I want to give all my clients something that they're just not going to see everywhere. And this with the pinks and the blues and all of it, it is singing my song. And I love this actually. This combination right here, where we get a little bit of the lilac and we get this gorgeous dusting in the lantana. It's pretty good, guys. It's pretty good. And also bonus points, this container smells like heaven with that rosemary centerpiece. So week 5, halfway through the life cycle. We're gonna see how long this lasts because you guys, fall is here. I think I say this every week, but like this one is so fun. This may be one of my favorites that I've created. It's so texture rich. It is every fall texture I want. It's a broad leaf. It's like multiple grassy textures. Okay, also, Brian was saying, oh my gosh, the Heuchera is almost covering this kale. This kale grows in a real upward fashion, so I am not worried about it being covered. A couple of fall winter container tips for you out there is tip number 1. When you're using a cabbage and a kale, it's actually better for the kale and it's better for your arrangement that when you plant it, you actually plant it on a bit of an angle. Here in Seattle, we get a lot of weather, and so a lot of wet weather in the fall. And so what'll happen sometimes is if you don't have a way for that water to easily drain off your cabbage or your kale, you can end up with like a little gross rotted out spot right in the middle. The other thing is visually, it actually makes a better impact if you're using one of those like low flat ones, if you angle it a little bit, and then you can also like have grasses kind of coming up and covering that root ball, you're gonna get a much better visual aesthetic. So just a little tip when working with cabbages specifically. Okay, the other thing, I have gone bumper to bumper, cheek to jowl, as they say, with my plantings here. In the fall and the winter time, you really can push the envelope because we don't have the hot temperatures that are gonna push this into a packed house territory. So our growth is gonna be just a little bit more metered, a little bit more gentle, and so you can really take advantage when you are doing your fall and winter containers. Now, if you are into like the playful Halloween spirit, I full on would put like skeleton hands like coming out of here. I would drape a giant like faux spider web over it. I am not above going just insanely playful here, or even like a pair of legs sticking out. You know how sometimes they have those? Or I was at a Dollar Tree last year and I got all these glow-in-the-dark fake skeleton hands that I put in on Halloween just because I like to have fun and I want kids to come and trick-or-treat at our house. So put some fake hands in there, put some glow-in-the-dark stuff, put a ghost in there, have a good time. Now, if you are in the chic Martha Stewart zone, you can still have a good play here. There's nothing that says you can't tuck like an awesome gourd in here. Here's what I would say. You can I would say a lot of people would gravitate towards a white pumpkin to maybe bring in a little bit of this Senecio, but to keep it more moody and more of this goth vibe, I would put in a green warty pumpkin. I would go with something that's really dark and just moody. And you almost want it to act as if it's another texture in this awesome container. And final tip for you here, when you're putting pumpkins, gourds, all of that into a container, I like to sometimes put a bed of moss underneath them because it actually helps them last a bit longer because it keeps them off of that moisture. Oh, you could straight up also do a blue pumpkin, although, okay, stay tuned because I'm actually feeling into a silver, blue, and white fall arrangement for our house. So I'll show you what to do with a blue pumpkin in upcoming videos. Thank you for another amazing Floral Friday, coming at you every week for an entire year with new container inspiration because the inspiration is endless. Okay, I'll say hello to your garden for me. I'll see you in the next one.